What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Europa Universalis IV as the Netherlands. In the previous part, we released the Dutch West Indies as a separate entity from us. They're currently our, I guess, colonial nation or colony. That's what they are. So they could, if their liberty desire grows too large, they might break free. Currently, they like me a lot, so we'll be okay. As long as we keep this number that's currently at 1%. Under 50%, we should be okay. And that's kind of something that we did. We started colonizing this area as well to kind of help them out. They already started working on Bayamo, but colonies are actually a lot slower at colonizing than the main colonial force. So we're just kind of helping them out and, you know, kind of getting this whole island under control, all of Cuba. And then we're moving on to Chesapeake, Delaware, all those high development areas that we have up north here. It's looking pretty good. Like, most of it is at least 6. There's some 10 areas. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a nice land to colonize, so that will be our next mission. Why is France on Bermuda? Okay, so apparently France is starting to settle as well, but it looks like they are very, very bad at colonizing. Norway is colonizing over there, but they're also not quite as quick as I am, so I should be okay. I'd say my main opponent in this race would still be Portugal, who's actually really fast at colonizing because they have some ideas that help them out in that regard. So that's kind of the deal. We also got a new act that just showed up, where if your ruler apparently has a military skill of at least 3, you can pass the Poppery Act, which gives you extra missionary strength. We don't need it anymore because we already converted pretty much everything that we can to the right religion. But it might be nice in the future, so why not pass that act? This one actually, I'm not sure about because it makes you tolerate heretics less, and that could lead to some issues with people that don't follow our, oh boy, that don't follow our religion. I just noticed that the policy just opened up that we can soon take because we completed expansion ideas. If we complete exploration as well, that's going to mean another giant settler increase. So what we need to do is get these last 2 ideas, and we're gonna see a massive increase in our, amount of settlers that we get every year. So that would be very nice, considering that is sort of our main thing right now. We also have some nice claims on Liège. They have, okay, they're not allied to Austria, that's it, we're done. I'm not fighting that. We could, however, fight Clave. Let's get a spy network going there so we can maybe grab some of their land. I see that they're only allied to Provence, which is incredibly small. They're not going to be able to do much of anything. I should be able to, like, face off against the 2 of these by myself. I mean, Clave itself is currently almost fully occupied by rebels. They're peasants. I don't know what they're doing, but they're not doing a very good job at that. Okay, well, let's revoke the claim on Artois, because I want France to like me, so we'll revoke it. We'll lose a bit of prestige, but it's okay. I don't really need that claim anyway. I mean, if we're gonna fight France, I could just forge a new claim. That's totally fine. Denmark is trying to... Okay, we're good. Denmark's trying to embargo me. I don't like that. Let's see, who are my rivals? Denmark's my rival, so is Liège and Portugal. Alright, so we should actually embargo these guys as well. There you go, you brought that on yourself, because now your trade power went down by a bit. I mean, they are the leader here, but that means that they're going to have a lot less trade power in the English Channel, where I am currently the king. Even though England obviously has a lot more provinces in this area, I, for some reason, still have, by far, the most trade power in that node. And let's see, how about Portugal? I'm not sure if Portugal actually is embargoing me. I have like no influence here anyway, so there's no reason to start doing some ugly business there. Just, you know, Denmark, don't like them. Let's stop them from doing too well. They took Lubeck as well. Yeah, they still have Sweden, I suppose. They do. Norway's free, however. Good for them. Okay, so we gotta choose. Do we want to save up for the technology? Or do we just want to grab the next idea right now that will allow me... Normally, I would actually go with the technology. because technology is very important, but this idea would give me an extra colonist, which I would love right now. I'm going to just go ahead and grab it. This also gives us extra siege ability, making us better at war, basically. And it's just one more, and we can, well, we get a bigger naval force limit, so that's really nice. A lot more boats. But also, that's going to allow us to enact that policy that gives us a lot more settlers, so we'll get that in a while. But we have one more colonist that we can send out. So there's two things, or like three things we could do. We could grab Moron, or Moron, I'm just going to call it Moron, the Bahamas and help out the colony I already own, or we could finally get started on the colony that I want to own, which is the Chesapeake area. This is a very important one because this is like right in front of that trade node where we already have a lot of power and we could easily take everybody out of here. And that's what I would love to do. So we're going right to Chesapeake. We're doing it. We have a third colonist. We can actually get started on our American colony. I know that France is in the area. They're very slow, you know, that's for sure. But I do want to make sure that they don't grow too quickly. All right, we took out the natives. There are some natives there. Let's just give them a hand if we can. Nope, it's not our land. We're not allowed to do that. We can actually convert these guys now, because I guess they lost their religious zeal. All right, definitely go ahead and convert that province. Let's do it. We're sending our army over to Chesapeake then, because they're no longer needed in the East or West Indies, because they're no longer ours, and they have in fact an army of their own, which is kind of weird the way they set that up. They got some on the Turks Islands and then some in Havana. But whatever you want to do, you do. You know, you're your own guy now. As long as you pay me your taxes, we are good. All right, Battle of Chesapeake. Apparently, we ran into some natives, I guess. Okay, can we like already take them out before we even arrive? Let's do it. Just take them out. There we go. Don't need those. Actually, like, why don't we just like march right over? Okay, we can do that. We're gonna need a conquistador to walk through the fog stuff, so we're just gonna have to wait for the colonists to arrive, which he will very, very soon. Okay, this kind of sucks. Republican rules frequently about compromise, finding a middle ground so a decision can be made. Sometimes it isn't. In the last conflict between Orangists and statist interests, when the administration came out victorious, some nobles saw this as a sign that the Republican rulers have grown unreasonable and presumptuous. Morale among the soldiers in our nation may remain high, but some generals are losing faith in the Dutch cause. Wrong as they might be, our military strength will suffer from their lacking leadership. So for 5 years, our military will be a lot less effective, which is a real bummer. All right, here we go. We got Chesapeake. We got some neighbors who are natives, obviously. How are they their council? Let me, like, what does that mean? Tribe. That's kind of cool. All right. So we could just, you know, declare, like, craft a claim. What is it? What do you call that? Fabricated claim. There we go. Not craft it. All right. Give up the other claim on French territory. So we could fabricate a claim and just fight them and take their land, but we'll do that in a while. We need to have a bigger army to actually do that, and currently we would probably lose that war. Let's see. Right, I don't own any of that anymore, so I can't make any soldiers there. I'm gonna have to go back home. I kind of wanted to see my force limit. Oh, it's gone up by 2 again. All right, that's good. So what I'll probably do is I will leave this army here, 19,000. Actually, you know what? Let's make it an even 20. There you go. And then I'll get an army of 5,000 in my new colony that is ready to fight. Because we're going to need that, obviously. I noticed that there actually is an expansion that allows you to set an, sort of a policy, how you want to treat the natives, but I apparently don't have that expansion that does that. Which is a real bummer, because that would have been real sweet. Where you can sort of choose, you know, whether you want to cooperate with the natives or fight them or stuff like that. There's like a lot of different options there. All right, let's see. So we're not okay. We're paying a lot of money for our colonies, obviously, but that's just a price you're gonna have to pay. And we're paying a bit extra because we've got some because we got some corruption going on. Words about the prospects of the New World in the West are attracting quite a lot of people who wish to enhance their future there. The question is who to send on the next ship. So we could send some peasants, and for 5 years we would gain a lot of extra settlers. Or we could send a nobleman who would be a conquistador that can sort of go around and check stuff out. I would much rather have peasants, extra peasants or settlers for 5 years. That's definitely what I'd like to see. Like, we're kind of catching up to Portugal here. Even if it's only temporarily, like, that's kind of cool. I will take it. Okay, finally. So we get to choose a new leader. We've been going with the status, but finally we can go with an orangist candidate who is actually really good. He's a lot better than the other option, so we'll do that. What we just want to do is make sure that we don't sway too far to the orangist side, because then we start losing our traditions, and we don't want to do that. Alright, so he pays less for mercenary maintenance. That's cool. I'm not sure I'm ever going to need that, but sounds good. Alright, just keep converting. Why did it just go back to minus 100%? What's going on? Alright, cancel. I'm not going to pay money for a guy that's not going to be able to do anything. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Enlisting the aid of privateers to wreck the trade efforts of our adversaries has proven beneficial to us, but also tends to attract unreliable and devious business partners. One captain has become notorious for skirting the rules and ignoring treaties our privateers are supposed to abide by, but also happens to be very efficient in raiding enemy ships. Perhaps these two traits are connected, perhaps not. Regardless, revoking the captain's letter of marque would be the diplomatically safe option, but would lose us our best privateer. So either we are worse at improving relations, but our privateers are more effective, or it's the other way around. For 10 years. I'm actually going to go with the privateer option. That seems kind of cool. I want to see how effective that could be. We also get to choose a next aspect of faith. I'm thinking the idea cost would be a definite, just great option there. So is discipline, I'd say, or morale. Both those are very good. But I'm going to go with the idea cost. I want our ideas to be a bit cheaper. So now they're only going to be 380. You're saving 20 monarch points on every idea, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I think it's going to add up. For sure. Okay, the Papal State's trying to spy on me again. Very rude, this Pope. I do not like him. Unfriendly guy. Alright, how's Chesapeake doing? They've already reached about 100 settlers. Well, not just iron, but the most expensive part of a cannon is the metal. A recent glut in the market has made metal prices cheap for the time being, so we can get artillery for a bit cheaper. We don't even have any artillery, so why not just go ahead and grab one then? If we can do it a bit cheaper, might as well go ahead and do that. So you join your buddy. Let's grab a Pedrero, because it actually is a lot cheaper finally. That's cool. And I think we should make some more light ships. Yeah, we can have a few more that we're going to send out specifically to privateer. So a bunch of light ships wherever we can make one. Fleet of 5 sounds about right to me. Let's make it 6. There we go. We're going to have a giant fleet at this point. I'm not sure how effective it'll be in an actual war, but it's looking pretty good. Cologne's also grown quite large. Okay, Liège actually has a decent army now. Let's see. Let's make a claim on Clave. Yeah, so all they have really is... Oh, they have Austria too now? Are you serious? Oh, it's because they're a part of the Holy Roman Empire, right? Looks like a main reason for them. They are actually allied, though. What is Austria doing? They're just allying everybody that I don't like. I feel like they're doing it just to, like, spite me. Alright, improve relation there. We could get a royal marriage with Brabant. They would like me a lot more, so why not go ahead and do it? Truce with Savoy's ended. Savoy's, like, getting murdered by Switzerland and France. On either side. Okay. Ooh, Burgundy. Burgundy's getting all messed up. The throne has been claimed by Brittany. But they're also allied to Brittany and Munster. Okay. Let's gain... Sure, let's get the military power. That's always nice. Just more, you know, monarch points. Yeah, I kind of want to actually go after... Okay, we don't have to stop building that network. I want to see... Okay, so Brittany and Munster would actually join them in a war, which would be very bad. France apparently is still preoccupied. We're fighting England, I believe, still. Yeah, England and Muscovy. What's going on there? Alright, diplomatic. Alright, so this is royal marriage with Denmark. Why is that purple? Does it just show you like who's allied to who? So these are my allies that it's showing. Burgundy. So England is allied to Denmark. At war with France, but also okay. So they have royal marriages with these. That's what purple means. Green is allied. So it's okay. I haven't really used this before, but someone asked me to check that out a bit more. So I'll do my best to do that kind of stuff too. Religious fervor has gripped Heinegalen as the population have become convinced the end of days is drawing nearer. Peasants are talking to signs in the sky, and contrary to the doctrine of the state church, local priests are giving sermons on the apocalypse. As millenarianism sweeps the province, blame is being put on the state and state church itself, which professes to be Protestant, yet clearly is not living up to its name. Official reactions have so far been very weak, as even among the clergy of Amsterdam, some feel that these fears are justified. So we could try to calm them down, and they'll get some unrest, and they'll produce a little bit less. We could say they're right to be scared. We would gain more church power. Thing is, like, we only need, like, a little bit more, and we'll get, like, the third one, so that's not really necessary. I say we lose the church power for now. It'll just, you know, we'll gain it, we'll, like, regain it. It's not a big deal. Save up for the technology, as we are almost there. Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. Okay. I also want to finish this at some point, but it'll be a while. Recall. Yep, recall. And let's get a royal marriage with these guys. Yep. Sounds good. So our relations are at plus 100, but we're gonna need a lot more if we're going to, they took Calais. So that's like the end of our mission, right? Alright, cancel it. Cancel that mission. I'm not gonna be fighting France. That's a horrible idea. France would crush me. And I'm now a rival to England, apparently. Got a bad feeling about this. Okay. Let's get our next technology. This will actually allow us to have more states, apparently. And we can become a different type of republic or stuff like that. Pretty cool. Probably not going to do anything with it, but okay. 6 more states we can have now. And I don't even know how many we currently have. Alright, Guantanamo is self-sustaining. It is now added to the Dutch West Indies. So basically we are completely colonizing for our colony. Like we just add whatever we colonize to the already existing colony. So it's like nice for them. However, I would much rather do something for me. So let's grab Delaware. Let's grab like the best things that we can find before we see France trying to jump in there. Oh, they're very slow. They are very slow, so we have a lot of time. Alright, show me my fleets. Or just, yeah, fleets. Makes sense. That does... There we go. You join them. So do you. Alright, so we got 21,000 men standing by. Let's make our ruler into a general. And we could just do this every time we want to, because we can just elect a new leader whenever he dies or whatever. They are not as valuable as a king would be. So we're fine. Alright, so these dudes, we have a fleet of 6 ships. Will be... England's threatening my trade. That's very rude. We're going to privateer. Probably not in the English Channel. How would you privateer around Bordeaux? Or... Right, that's Champagne. Where even is Bordeaux? Is that... There it is, okay. I guess that could work. But if we go to Lubeck, we would gain a lot more in profits. Amazon, Mexico. Okay, we would get the biggest profit from Lubeck, so we'll go there. Sounds like a good idea to me. Alright, so we currently have, I believe, 2 fleets out. Yeah, privateering. Camagüey is now making me grain. Which isn't great, but I'll take it. We also got to make sure that we don't help out our colony too much. If they grow too powerful, then obviously they're going to want to take over for themselves. That's something we don't need them to do. I'm also kind of wondering, like, are we able to... We can increase the tariffs. which they're not going to be happy about, but we'll earn a lot more money. I'm not going to do that right now, but for the future, that could be a thing. Let's see, these guys. I want to know if I'm, like, able to reintegrate them later on, or how that's going to work. We can influence them towards our viewpoint. Altering their opinion of us by 25 for 10 years. They will also receive 1 to the Monarch Power category they are weakest in for this duration. Their trust of us changes by 5. There will be a one-time cost for us corresponding to 12 months of their income, some presently 44 thingies. Okay. So, that's an interesting thing. We can influence them if we actually need to. Which I'd say currently is not really necessary. Because they love me. They love me a lot. Alright, Delaware. Almost there. Alright, transport that guy up there. Let's do it. These are just transport ships. They don't really do anything. And it's now called something completely different. Okay, that's cool though. Like, I like how the names change depending on who colonizes the area. Boom. And there's no more natives for us to worry about that are threatening us. I promise, they were dangerous. We had to do this. And then next up, we'll get our military technology to a better level. Ooh, hello. Trade was heavily regulated during this era, but despite this, the markets were not fixed. At times, merchants would try to enter new markets or sell new goods. Merchants facing these conditions would usually demand new or higher tariffs to stop their competitors. So, we're currently at 25%. We could go up by another 3% or gain a little bit of diplomatic power. I would actually, let's take it. I say let's take it. I believe that it makes your subjects like you a little bit less. It does, but it's not too big a deal. Right, turn this into a city. That's going to be pretty easy. Let's do it. Very easy mission. So this will be our next colony. I guess it'll be Dutch America or something. Oh, Norway is expanding, but they're so slow though. So slow. They are slightly faster than Chesapeake's now making tobacco. That's good. That's some very good stuff. Okay. Triangle trade. I don't really care. The price of slaves goes up. I haven't found any slaves. But I do believe that you have to go to Africa and colonize there if you want to trade in slaves. So we won't be doing any of that. Because that's kind of messed up too. Actually, that's not even the reason. It's just because I don't want to go to Africa. I prefer life across the ocean. So I'm going to stay there. Burgundy have set Aachen as their rival. Okay. So, let's see. Chesapeake is making tobacco. These guys are making grain. I wonder what these guys are going to make. I hope it's something nice like fur or more tobacco would be cool. And then we got to sort of raise an army soon and take these guys out and just add them to our existing colony. Alright, so military technology actually allows us to get, first of all, like, we're gonna need it anyway. It gives us better military tactics, but we get some nice, upgraded units. I'm gonna go with the free shooter infantry here. Looking good. So our army is actually going to be pretty, pretty effective against people that have lower technology. Oh, they only have 6. Okay, so we're, like, really far ahead of them. In terms of technology, we're actually ahead of even Portugal, which I didn't expect. Okay. So it looks like we're doing pretty okay because we got some good ideas. We got a lot of technology. We got a nice empire. We're looking good. We're actually like one of the great powers, I guess, or almost. No, we're not. We just lost it. So either way, like we're pretty close to being a great power, I'd say. So not too bad. And we're still doing good in technology. All right. Yeah, we have to save up for this technology too. As much as I'd like to just grab this idea, I want to grab it really badly. But I'm not doing it. I'm just going to grab the technology first. Much better idea. Also because the printing press should actually show up very soon. Stupid Denmark? Claiming my land? What are you doing? How is Lubeck? Right, so there were Denmark, Sweden, Norway, but they probably have a help, like, very good helpers. Austria or something. Yep, Austria. Okay, so as long as Denmark, who's my rival, gets beat back a bit, I'll be fine. I'm just waiting for these guys to let their guard down. Look at that. Austria is not going to be able to help you now, are they? You can call Provence into this war. That's fine. I will take France with me. Just to be safe. Like, let's just call France into this war. Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Boys, we actually have these guys on our side now as well. They have a large army. We're going to take Clave. It's about time that we did this. They're very rude. They're rude people to me. Don't like that. It looks like Provence is also joining them. Sadly for them, they will never be able to stand up to both me and France, and then these guys as well. Like, we're much too large. They don't have the allies to pull this off. And then maybe we can go after Cologne or something. We still have Saxony as an ally. And I like Saxony. So with a bit of luck, we can both eat a bit of a chunk of Cologne or something. Right, nobody's voting for me. Which is stupid. Cast vote. I'm gonna keep voting for Austria. Right, I'm already doing that. So I wonder why people hate me so much. I guess we have to be better friends with people or something. Okay, the Emperor isn't doing too much. I'm hoping that, like, the Holy Roman Empire will just sort of collapse later on. Because it gets confusing and it gets, like, you know, really annoying where all the Holy Roman people will sort of help each other out in times of war, so you can't really do much of anything. So it would be better for me, I think, if it just sort of collapsed on itself and we're free to do whatever we want to do. Definitely don't want to refund any of these ideas. That would be a terrible mistake. I wonder why there even is, like, a little button for it. I hope it gives you, like, a "Are you sure" box that I don't accidentally click it at some point. That would be horrible. Alright, we took Clave. What's up, dude? Just gonna kill your army real quick. I hope you're not offended by that. Luckily, I have the numbers on my side. There you go. Crushed their army. Provence is currently being occupied. Right, so it's again about recruitment propaganda. We lose a few sailors. Not the end of the world. We'll be okay. Boom. Okay, so all we need to do is occupy Provence and we'll be done. Which Lorraine is currently doing. Okay, new ruler. Let's see, 251304. Ooh, that's pretty tough. I kind of like this one better, I think. Because I don't really, I mean, they're both good. I think let's push it a little bit more in favor of the Orangist for once. Let's do it. This way we don't get too many diplomatic power, which is a bummer, but we get a lot more. He's a tactical genius. That's pretty good. Okay, we can actually improve our privateers again. This is like the same thingy. Sure. Let's do it again. Make our privateers more effective because we're earning a lot of cash because of that. Alright, could you just occupy Provence already? I wanna take Clave. I'll probably just vassalize all of them. And then we start integrating Brabant, and we'll have a lot more. There we go. Right, so this is what we're gonna do. Let's get a peace with Provence first of all. So listen, we could give that to Lorraine. They could also become a French vassal, but France doesn't want that. So we could force our religion upon them. Ask for war reparations. Like, I don't feel like I'm helping out, you know, France, because Lorraine is like a vassal of France, right? So don't want to help them out too much by just feeding them land. I'm just going to ask for trade power, war reparations, and let's bunch of money. That's beautiful. So send a demand. It's just for them. Negotiating for themselves is Provence. We're good to go. Okay, Provence pieced out, so we're not getting a bunch of money from them. I'm on board with that. And then we got Clave, which I will vassalize. Two people would be a little bit upset with that, which would be Nassau and the Palatinate, which is over there. What was the shape again? Goes like that. They only have like 3 provinces. Okay, so they have 3 provinces. Nassau only has 1. And they would join a coalition against me, but it wouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to do that, actually. I'm just going to vassalize Clave. Can I take something as well? Oh, that would be a bit much, maybe. Yeah, that would be pushing it. That would be pushing it. So we'll just vassalize him. Ask him to give up all claims. That's about all we can do. Take all their cash. Alright, do it. Alright, so it's like a bit of aggressive expansion. But it's not too bad. So we also got to improve our relations with them now. And just make sure that this whole, you know, coalition never forms. Okay, Liège is no longer a valid rival for me. I think that's safe to say, yes. Okay, improve our relation with them. These guys are kind of unhappy with me as well, also because of, you know, aggressive expansion, all that stuff, so improve with them. We need to start annexing them as soon as we can. Just add them, because we don't want too many vassals. That's going to be an issue. Because their relative power to mine, they think it's like 50%. That's not accurate, but that's what they think. So we need to get rid of one of these vassals, just to be, you know, safe. So we'll do that as soon as we can. At least we got a lot of money out of this whole war situation. We can have 2 more soldiers now. Or regiments, not soldiers. Alright, actually let's finish up Camagüey. While we just kind of wait for the... Oh, France, what are you doing? They're going to war with Savoy, who are allied with Austria and Genoa. Oh, they're making fur. Now that's good. That's what I was hoping for. Right over there. Yeah, fur's pretty good. Okay, so we got a war. Potentially fighting Austria and Genoa and Savoy, but it's only against Savoy, which is very small. Austria's currently fighting Denmark anyway. Sure, I'll join in. It's going to be a big mess, though. Very big mess. I'm just going to stay away from Genoa and all that. Like, I'm just going to stick in my own lands and not do much of anything. Because there's a possibility that Austria might not even join, because they're currently busy. Yep, we're good. Looks like they won't do it. Alright, so take me to Camagüey. I just want to see that finished up before I can peacefully end this video. Show it to me, baby. Show it to me. Come on. It's a bit slow. Maintain that diplomat. We can select another aspect of faith. So, we got the idea cost 1. Production is not really a massive part of our economy. In fact, it's the smallest. So I'd say that getting extra production might not be worth it. In fact, I'd say either something like manpower recovery or discipline or morale would be better. Priests may marry, holy sacraments, or saints accept prayers. I'll take the morale. We can always switch around if we need to, right? So, yeah, we should be able to do that. I wish we could get more, but, you know, we got 3 really good bonuses here now. And here we go. Camagüey is now self-sustaining. They are now officially part of the Dutch West Indies, which is finally occupying almost all of Cuba. Looking good. I hope they start moving somewhere else soon, too. See, there's only one island left here, St. Lucia. I think we should add that to our colony while we can, because I know that Portugal is just waiting to eat that up. Because they're currently going after the last 2 islands here. They're getting greedy. It's got very good development, sure. Let's do it. Make sure we grab that, and we'll just, you know, grab it for our West Indies, and after that, they're on their own. I'm not going to help them out anymore. That's going to be it. Reformed Zealots have risen up. Oh, right, that's over there again. Well, I'm Reformed, so actually I want them to win, is the thing. They're going to convert these other provinces, so as long they actually want them to lose, is the thing. It's a bit strange, but sure. Printing press has appeared. Okay, actually, guys, this turned out to be way too long, so I'm going to leave it here for now. In the next part, we'll probably see this war with Genoa and Savoy wrapped up. And we'll go after, well, we'll finish up some of our colonies as well. And we'll see if we can integrate these guys into our European base. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll talk to you later.